So I wanted to talk about WWE and AEW and what's been going on over there. Um, Obviously, we just had this huge WrestleMania weekend. It was awesome. Watched Raw. Can't wait for SmackDown tonight. I'm really excited about where they're going now under the Triple H era. But you have this other company, AEW. Now, last year, CM Punk got fired from AEW because of an altercation between him and Jack Perry. AEW decided this week that they were going to air the footage of what happened. Now, CM Punk has come out and spoken about spoken about all that happened. And this video seems to prove him right. However, he did start the physical, at least what we can tell. Maybe there's video missing, there may be context missing, but it appears that, yeah, he started the actual physical, but Jack Perry started with the verbal side of this. And so this is probably going to be a disaster for AEW, and it has, because people started chanting CM Punk, and should Punk have been fired? Possibly. On the grounds of, he's providing a hostile working environment. Maybe he did it on purpose because he wanted out of there and wanted to go home to WWE, because I think that's where he always wanted to be anyway, and we always wanted him back there. Now, AEW has been trying to compete with WWE, and obviously the ratings are good enough for the network they're on to continue to go forward. And when it first came out, I loved AEW. I thought it was great, and I loved where things were heading. WWE was getting stale, but I had been watching both at that time, and then I started watching AEW more. The pandemic hit, and the stuff's just not any fun without fans and attendance at all. And so now that fans are back, I started watching it again, and AEW just wasn't the same. And it's boring to me. WWE still has its boring spots, but with Vince gone and Triple H running things, it is getting a little bit better. So definitely pro WWE. And of course AEW, they had Will Ospreay come out, and because Triple H did an interview, and he had said that he doesn't want anybody there in WWE that doesn't want to work the schedule that they have. And obviously Will took offense to that. Probably was thinking that Triple H was specifically talking about him, which I don't think he was. Or Triple H, I should say. Wasn't specifically talking about him, per se. And so, I don't know, and people have mentioned this, whether he had wanted to go out there and say it and they let it, or they made him say it. Doesn't really matter. But he basically came out and said that, Triple H only got where he was because he had sex with Vince McMahon's daughter. Which maybe that's true. I don't know. I don't care. But definitely WWE is getting better. AEW, this is kind of going to be a black eye. And a self-inflicted wound. They can recover from this, but it's going to be tough. They got some amazing talent over there, but I just think the product is stale and boring. And I've watched clips of it and stuff, and I just can't get into it. WWE clearly has the better product, in my opinion. So when it comes to WWE versus AEW, 100% I am in camp WWE. I do love pro wrestling, but I've never really watched all of it. I mean, I have in the past, because there was a time when I thought TNA was much better than WWE, but then that kind of went downhill fast, and then they changed their name to Impact, and they basically became the Indies. Now they're rebranding to TNA, and hopefully that helps them out. TNA didn't die, so I don't think AEW is going to die as a result of this. But AEW is ran by a guy who only owns the company because he's only running it because his daddy gave him money. And I don't blame him for that. I wish I had that kind of money to go do that kind of stuff, but I don't I don't need to be running a pro wrestling company either. Just because I'm a fan doesn't mean I have to own a wrestling promotion. I could go work for one and do like camera work for them or write for them if I wanted to, or anything else that all the backstage stuff. If I wanted to, I could go do that. That'd be cool. But I could never own my own promotion because I shouldn't. But if you like AEW, that's great. That's cool. I'm not here to tell you can't like it. And heck, maybe WWE will get boring and dumb again and I will stop watching that. You never know. But anyway, that's just what I think. Until next time.